Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, today we're going to be talking about how to be more productive. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is the Pomodoro technique. Now, this is a time management method where you break down your work into intervals, usually 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks. So you work for 25 minutes, then you take a 5-minute break. And after you've done that 4 times, you take a longer break, usually 20 to 30 minutes. And this can be a really effective way to stay focused and avoid burnout. It's also a great way to track your progress and see how much you're actually getting done. So if you're not already using the Pomodoro technique, I highly recommend giving it a try. The next thing we're going to be talking about is time blocking. Now, this is a time management method where you schedule out your day in advance and allocate specific blocks of time for specific tasks. So, for example, you might block out 2 hours in the morning for working on a project, and then an hour in the afternoon for answering emails. And this can be a really effective way to stay organized and make sure that you're actually getting the important things done. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is Eat the Frog. Now, this is a productivity technique where you tackle your most challenging or unpleasant task first thing in the morning. The idea is that if you get it out of the way early, then the rest of your day will feel much easier. And this can be a really effective way to overcome procrastination and get more done. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is prioritization. Now, this is the process of figuring out which tasks are the most important and focusing on those first. And this can be a really effective way to make sure that you're not wasting your time on things that don't really matter. So take some time each day to figure out what your priorities are and then focus on those first. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is eliminating distractions. Now, this is a pretty obvious one, but it's really important. If you're trying to focus on something, then you need to get rid of anything that's going to distract you, whether that's your phone, social media, or even just a noisy environment. Find a quiet place to work and turn off all notifications. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is delegation. Now, this is the process of assigning tasks to other people. And this can be a really effective way to free up your time so that you can focus on the things that are most important to you. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is batching. Now, this is the process of grouping similar tasks together and doing them all at once. So, for example, you might batch all of your emails together and answer them all at once, or you might batch all of your phone calls together and make them all at once. And this can be a really effective way to save time and energy. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is Parkinson's Law. Now, this is the principle that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. So, if you give yourself a week to complete a task, it will take you a week to complete it. But if you give yourself only a day, it will only take you a day. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is the 2-minute rule. Now, this is a productivity technique where if a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, you do it immediately. So, for example, if you need to respond to an email, pay a bill, or make a phone call, just do it right away. And this can be a really effective way to clear your mind and get rid of small tasks that are taking up your time and energy. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is taking breaks. Now, this is really important for both your physical and mental health. When you're working on something, it's important to take regular breaks to stretch your legs, get some fresh air, and clear your head. Alright, the next thing we're going to be talking about is review and adjust. Now, this is the process of regularly reviewing your productivity strategies and making adjustments as needed. What works for one person might not work for another, so it's important to experiment and find what works best for you. So those are just a few tips on how to be more productive. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.